Big Boys Neighborhood, your girl Ida here. I have the beautiful H.E.R in here right now. How are you doing today, H.E.R?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I have to get into this, okay? When I first heard of H.E.R, and I think everybody's still on the same thing. Who is she? Where is she from? And the irony about your name is that it stands for having everything revealed.
Yes.
But that's not the case with you. Why do you choose to be so, I guess, just secretive and you keep to yourself except for your music?
Yeah, I think that's the most important part, the music. It's really not about who I am, but I decided to, have it stand for having everything revealed because everything is revealed in my music. And that's the message. That's the important part, not so much of who I am, where I'm from. All that doesn't matter because I think we're all, connected in some way and we all go through the same things. So that stuff doesn't matter. So the music is just standing alone and speaking for itself.
Definitely. Has it become a lot harder to continue to just keep that image as much as you're becoming popular? Because I feel like your fans want to see you and I feel like a lot of people understand, but at the same time, is there pressure?
Right, absolutely. I don't think, it's something I'm trying to avoid. It's not really something that I hide from, shy away from, as far as like meeting people or people recognizing me. I think it's just a matter of me being a lot more private about my life. I mean, at a certain point, that's kind of impossible. But yeah, I don't think I'm hiding in any way. It's more so just appreciate the music for what it is, and not for who I am or what I look like.
I love that a lot. There's a few other artists that are doing the same thing, and I can see, it's somebody who's a big fan and a friend of yours, Bryson Tiller, who talks really good about you. And, when Bryson was in here, I thought a lot about you because I feel like you guys have similar personalities. Bryson is also just more on the quiet side and doesn't really like to share too much of his identity, but his music is loud.
Absolutely.
How did that friendship start?
Yeah, I mean, it started with, just being fans of each other's music and then kind of, connecting on that aspect of both being private and kind of like low-key in this industry of people that really want to be, in front of the camera, in the center of attention. And we both aren't really people that want to be the center of attention, and we just love to create music. So that's where the connection was, and that's where we vibed the most.
That's so awesome. And you were on the Set It Off tour. You opened up for him. What was that experience like for you?
It was dope. It was my first tour ever, and I just learned so much about myself and my live show. It was amazing. Like, you only experience the first time one time.
Definitely.
So it's something I'll never forget.
I got a chance to hear you open at the Greek for Bryson, and I was just blown away. It was my first time actually getting to see you live. But you did say that you learned a lot about yourself. What were some of those things that you learned?
Just how to get into that mode of being on stage. It's a lot different from being in the studio. And when I was little, I grew up performing. That was kind of like where I started. And to have to get back to that from being in the studio for so long and kind of being very low key and just displaying everything that I was feeling in Volume 1 and Volume 2 on stage. Just tapping into that mode and even showing my musicality. But it was just fun. Like, I learned a lot about what I enjoy, and how much I remember I love performing.
That's so awesome. What were some of your early life inspirations to do music? Like, what were some of the artists or whatever it was in your life?
Yeah, I mean, my dad was a musician and all the instruments were in the house, so music was just around, and I gravitated towards it and I always loved it. But I listened to like Lauryn Hill and Prince, and we would play different concert DVDs in my house, and that just really inspired me to want to be that, and just express myself in music.
And you can play how many instruments?
Like 4 or 5.
Did you go to school for it, or did you self-teach yourself? Self-taught.
My dad's a musician, so it was just in the house. It was something I did all the time, just listening to the right people. I play by ear. I've never read music or anything.
Wow, that is so dope. You have your guitar with you today.
I do.
Do you want to play a piece for us?
Absolutely.
What are you going to do today?
So I've been working on an album and this is a potential song, you know, for the album, but it's called Uninvited. 3 times I've said your name. What you looking at anyways? You said you needed my company. Well, I'm here now, so can we be open? Can you hear me knocking on the door, feeling unnoticed? You don't pay me attention anymore. Baby, you promised it'd only be you and me tonight, but now you got me feeling like uninvited. Can't seem to put down your phone. Would you rather be all alone? I feel like I'm in your way. Let me know. So can we be open? Can you hear me knocking on the door, feeling unnoticed? You don't pay me attention anymore. Baby, you promised it'd only be you and me tonight, but now you got me feeling like uninvited. Uninvited. Baby, put your phone down. I'll grab my stuff and go now. You wouldn't even know this now. Baby, put your phone down. Uninvited, uninvited, ooh, uninvited. Can we be open, open, uninvited?
Thank you. That was so good. I cannot wait for people to hear that. Did you write that piece?
I did, yes.
What inspires you to write? Like what gets you into that mental space to be able to just sit down and write music? I am terrible at writing. Get writer's block all the time.
I have to feel exactly what I'm talking about. Like, there'll be situations where I'm, like, upset or something reminds me of something, and then I sit at the piano and it just kind of flows. But, yeah, it really just comes from in here, like, it's like my diary. You know what I mean? So when I sit down and I really think about what I want to write about, it's like I more so tap into what I was feeling or what I am feeling and try to express that in the best way or the most clever way.
So in your music, you talk a lot about love and relationships. And for women right now, I feel like it's really tough if you're a single person. Like, it's hard to find that relationship or that person that just loves and respects you. What is some love advice that you would give to either a younger you or a friend or a sister or anything like that?
Right, a younger me. I would say listen to your intuition. I think women have the most powerful, intuition, and we know, a lot of times what a situation is going to be like, and sometimes we don't listen to it. So I think just trust yourself, trust your gut.
Yo, that's like the realest thing. There's been so many times where I'm like, I should have listened, and you don't listen, but that is real stuff right there. And you just dropped H.E.R. It's an amazing project, 21 tracks on there. One of my favorites, though, is with Daniel Caesar, because obviously you were on his, and that combination of both of your guys' voices, and how did that friendship come about?
Yeah, so I was in the studio, and I had a session, and it kind of ended early, and he came in with someone from RCA, and he came in, and I was like, I'm a huge fan of yours. He said, I'm a huge fan of yours. Wow. He had his guitar, and I had mine, and we just decided to vibe, and it just like was the most organic thing. Like it was just one of those moments you really can't, you know, relive or replace. It was just a moment, and he's incredible, and we both bonded over like old school music and even gospel music, but like D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, that was kind of the vibe in the room, you know, when we wrote Best Part, so it was just natural.
Has it like tripped you out with the outreach that you've had and the support from other artists? Has there been like one artist? Obviously, one of the first ones that I found out who you were was through Alicia Keys. And I was like, who is she? Who is she? And I really wanted to like find out who you were, because you just have this amazing voice. And the voice speaks for itself, but has there been that one person that you're just like, whoa, I never imagined that?
Definitely Rihanna.
Riri.
And it wasn't that she was like, I love your music. It was that she posted a video, you know, of her hair blowing in the wind, and she was in the car, and it was like this whole thing. Like it was just very surprising to me, and I was going crazy. But yeah, it's all really surreal. Like, I don't think it's fully hit me yet, you know, everything that's going on. But I'm just really having fun, and I'm happy to be doing something I love.
As you should. What can your fans expect from you in 2018?
2018, I mean, a lot of surprises, an album, more shows. Like, there's a lot going on, but yeah, a lot surprises.
Be on the lookout for her. Thank you so much for being here today. I am
so
excited to finally be able to meet you, the voice, in person, her. Thank you so much.
Thank you.